In the previous session, we saw how while loop works. Now let us look into do while loop. Syntax for do while loop is something like this. Do we write followed by while. Here it is expression. Expression we write here exp. Expression it is. If expression is returning a true value, the loop continues, otherwise we exit. But irrespective of the given condition, at least once we enter into the loop, at least we once come into loop. Now in this example, it is do, then it is here statement of statements, followed by at the end we have a while, then it is expression. So irrespective of the given expression's return value, at least once we enter into loop. Okay, subsequently, whenever the expression returns false value, we exit from loop, otherwise we continue. Now let me demonstrate here the do loop. Similarly with the break statement, how to use break also we see in this. We see here how to use a break statement within the do while loop. So for this what I do, I keep on typing characters. But when I type hash, okay, in such cases I should come out from the loop. So when I type hash, I should come out from the loop. But otherwise it should be continuously reading characters. But when I type hash, I should come out from the loop. So for that, now we need to write the program. So here using a do while statement, we try to read characters. And we try to append to the, say, string builder. But once I type some hash key, so in such cases I should come out, or else I should actually type some other character, say something like here I go with the ampersand. In the case of ampersand, it should be ending the program. Abruptly it should end. Okay. Otherwise normally it should end whenever I type a hash. But whenever I type here an ampersand, it should be ending abruptly. So now let us see that. How it is going to be working. Let us see in this. So let me write here a program for demonstrating do while loop. Here this is a new Java project, do while implementation. Finish. Here class name also I want to make it as some do while. Class name also do while. Normally some meaningful names we should give, but I am giving here do while like this, and this contains here a main method. Okay, now here inside this I write the required code. Write char/ch. I take like this, it's a character. ch I am taking. Now next thing here, what I do, I can read some data from keyboard. So here first of all I print out.println. Here write please type hash to end inputting. Okay. Also we can end abruptly using ampersand. Like this I am going to print it. On the top I declared ch. Now let me write here ch equal to, I need to read. For reading I can use system.in.read. but it's going to give us only byte. I put like this, system dot in dot then read it is. I can go with a read and it can read here a character. This can read a character, but whatever character it is reading here is going to be in the numeric value. It's going to be numeric form. Therefore, you can add here a cast, typecasting you can do. Now what's happening, it's converted to here a character, but this should not be character for us. This is an integer, what we get is integer. So we are converting into character. Still it's showing error. So this throws actually an exception. And this is what type of exception? It is a checked exception. There are going to be three different types of exceptions and exceptions. The first one is here checked exception, second is unchecked exception, one more is error. Errors means at compile time you get errors, that's compile time errors. But as far as exceptions are concerned, they are going to be, one is what, typed exception, that is caught at the compile time itself. When you compile at that time, it's going to be caught. Untyped exception is going to be caught at the runtime. In the runtime, we get the say unchecked exception, and errors are going to be severe. So in the case of errors, the program is going to be totally crashing. You cannot recover in the case of errors. Something like memory exception, there may not be enough memory, so that is nothing but a error. Okay, so you may be having errors at the same time. The exceptions may be typed exceptions, or they can be checked exceptions or unchecked exceptions. So if it is a checked exception, that is caught at the compile time itself. So if it is a unchecked exception, that may be caught in the runtime. So in the case of errors, in the runtime we get errors, but you cannot recover from that. So this way you can have three types of exceptions. Now as far as system.in.read is concerned, it is actually a checked exception. So in class is going to be, this is having here a checked exception. So checked exception is understood in the compile time itself. Whenever we compile at that time, it can be caught. So in order to here handle checked exception, we write like this. We can use here try, then followed by here whatever code we would like to write, we can write. So try this is, then here we keep a catch. But there are going to be many things like that. So therefore what we do, we just close this here. Instead of keeping here, we try to put somewhere along with that. Otherwise you need to write number of things. So here we are trying to read the character ch equal to here system.in.read. Okay, of course, otherwise we write like this, catch, then this is exception, ex we put. Okay, so this is going to be exception handling mechanism. Now here after this, we need to come inside the do loop. Do we write here, at the end we write while ch not equal to here hash character. As long as that is not equal to hash, we continue with the loop. First time we read the character, that is fine here. Okay, so ch equal to initially we keep a space here like this, we put a space. We initialize space. Now as long as it is not equal to ch, we continue with that. Then here on the top one more variable we declare, it is here string builder. String builder. SB, this is new string builder. We don't have any data in this right now. It's empty string. We made this way a string builder object. Now using here do while loop, whatever characters we read, we need to add to the say SB. Here we write if condition we use here. If ch not equal to here, if ch not equal to, we try to put this one as here ampersand. So in such cases, otherwise we write like this, if ch equal to double equal to, we write here a condition we take, then inside this we write, we print this one as here system dot then out dot println. Ending program abruptly. Okay, or ending loop, it is not program, ending loop abruptly, we write like this. So whenever we enter ampersand there. Next thing here, we need to put here a break. After printing it, we need to break it. We are breaking here this way. Now next thing again we should read. Therefore write here try block. Then here again we catch exception ex. Once again we put it e, just we put here. Okay, here we can handle the exception because again we need to read it. Therefore here once again read it. Like this, what we do, we are trying to okay, not in the catch part, it is here in the try part, we need to put here. Now in the case of exception, we need to continue. So we put a keyword called as here continue. Whenever there is an exception, we can continue like this. Okay, so we are taking this way. So if everything is correct here, if it is not equal to ampersand, then we can add to the SB. Here write SB dot followed by append, then we can append a character here. So the character is CH can be appended here. Okay, we read like this continuously the characters, then once we come out from the while loop, we can print it. Okay, system dot out dot println, we write here the string you entered is here, followed by we put a plus, then write SB dot toString. Like this we convert to string and we try to show. So with this program we enter actually characters. So except hash and ampersand, it's going to take continuously. But when we take ampersand, it's going to be exiting from application. Due to any reason, if you have any exception, so in such cases, what happens? It just continues. Continue meaning is what here? Without coming out from loop, what happens? It goes to the beginning of loop again. Here in fact no continue is required because it's the end is at the end. Since at the end we don't require any continue. Okay, normal catch is enough actually, but just I put here condition. Condition what it does, continue what it does exactly? It is going to continue loop. So after this particular continue statement, if there are more statements, by skipping them further it goes. It goes actually further. So if there is no exception, if there is any exception, whatever rest of the statements are there in the given say loop, so they will not be executed. Without executing them, the loop continues. Like that we can use continue as well as break. So in the case of break, what is happening here? We are going to be coming out totally from the do while loop. So do is starting here, while is here. We come out from the do while loop whenever the condition is met here. That means whenever it is ampersand, if you enter, when you enter ampersand, come out from that. But to come out normally from the loop, we need to type hash. When we type hash, we come out from the loop normally, but whenever we type ampersand, we end the loop abruptly. That means what? Without reaching the end of the loop, we come out from the loop. So for that we use here break statement. Now let us run. It says here, please type hash to end inputting. Also we can abruptly, so it is incomplete actually, we need to write properly. So let me write this way. This is a string. I can type, I can input different characters except ampersand. As soon as I type ampersand, it should come out, except ampersand. Now it is coming out from the loop. What happened here? It says that this is a string. I can input different characters except ampersand. This is printing for us here. What happened here? It's printing this way. So when we read, it's happening like this. And the cursor is not going into next line after that. It's remaining in the same line. It's remaining in the same line. So therefore, here abruptly it has ended. Therefore, we can put here a new line character. In such cases, it can work. As soon as I type it here, ampersand, what happens? We exit from the application. Now once again, 2 times let us put this. Not just once, but let us put actually once again, so that 2 new lines we can have here. Even here also let us put 2 new lines we keep here. Now once again, let me clear. After that again I run it. Okay. This is a sample application. Here I type now ampersand. It says ending loop abruptly. The string you entered is, this is sample application. Like this, it's working here. So it's going to work in that way. So when we enter here ampersand, it is coming out from the loop. It's going to come out from the loop. So in the case of here, this ampersand. Okay, so what is happening? It is reading actually one by one character, and every time it's getting assigned to CH. To the CH it's getting assigned. But when you type here ampersand, it says ending loop abruptly. But suppose if I enter hash, this is hash, I put like this. Now what it says, the string you entered is hello. This is what exactly hello, this is the string I entered. So with this, what is happening here? I am reading continuously characters, but whenever I want to end, I can type hash then press enter key. Similarly, whenever I type here ampersand and press enter key, I come out from that. To come out from the loop here, you need to type ampersand and press enter key, then you come out from loop abruptly. Otherwise, type here hash then press enter key. Even in such cases, you come out from that. So this is an example for the do while. Irrespective of the given condition, at least once we enter into loop, even you can find one character. So initially what I do, I type some character like H, followed by here I give just this, I type, followed by I type here the ampersand, press enter key. It says this HT. Now this time I run only one, I enter only one character. So I enter some M, followed by ampersand. When I enter, it just takes only M in this. Irrespective of given condition, at least once we come into the loop, because here we read a character, with that we enter inside the loop. So this is exactly a do while loop. So using do while loop, repeatedly we execute the statements as long as condition is returning here true value. Okay, as long as that is not equal to hash, we actually execute it. But on the top, what happens if you enter accidentally ampersand? So in such cases, we end the loop abruptly. That means without reaching end of the loop, we come out from loop here in this. So this is to end abruptly, we use break keyword. Break keyword we can use which case? Even here also we can use the break keyword. This is an example for say while loop. Now next thing, let us try to do some other program using while loop. So in such cases, we try to find out here a range of numbers. Whether they are prime or not, we try to find out using do while loop. Something like 2 to 100 we take. So from 2 to 100, whether they are prime or not, we try to find out. Okay. Now this is here do while example. So here this is do while example, project name is, and again I create one more class. expand this here, then try to write new class called here do while. Class is going to be do while, we have a main method. Now I use on the top random class, for which I need to import random class. Import java.util.star. Okay, now here I create a random object. Here it is, random object are equal to, it is new random. This is here new random, I pick here. Okay, the minimum range I want to start from 2, minimum must be, I start from 2, it can go to any level there. Now here write int minval, initially I take it as 0, then int maxval also equal to here 0. Then what I do, one more thing I take here, int fact equal to, I use this as 2. From 2 we are going to be starting this. So using do while loop, we are going to do this. Now minimum value is 0, maximum value is also 0 here. Therefore now let us take like this. Let us take this way here. Now what happens, first thing is here minval equal to, I put like here 2 plus object R&D, object R, then dot new next int, I can specify some value in this. Up to 100 I want to take anything. So up to now I take it as 99. Therefore it can have value 0 to 98, it can pick, when you add 2 to that, it's going to be here a 100. Similarly max value also I take in this. Max val, here it is, in the same way again I pick. The loop should be continuing whenever the minimum value is here, whenever minimum value is actually less than or equal to maximum value, the loop should continue. But whenever minimum value becomes, greater than, whenever it becomes greater than max value, in such case we need to exit from this. So for that I use here do loop. Okay, but before that let us print. Here I write while. So we write in this way, while here the min val less than or equal to max val. Like this we take it. As long as minimum value is less than maximum value, we try to take it. Using the do while loop, we try to do it. Okay, in the do while loop we write min value equal to 2 plus object r dot next int 99. Similarly for the max val also. So 2 plus 98 is going to be 100, and here also if it is 98 it's going to be 100. Even here also it can be 100, but it can pick any value between 0 and here 98. Therefore we get any value in the 2 to now 100. Here also it is a 2 to 100. But condition is what here, as long as minimum value is less than or equal to max val, we need to print. But irrespective of the given condition, at least one value is a prime or not, we need to find out. Okay, we need to find out that particular thing. Here take another condition we take in this. Okay, so one more condition we use here. This is going to be a while loop. Here we take right here while fact less than or equal to min val divided by, here it is 2, we use that. And here other one boolean is prime equal to true we set by default. So we set by default this as a true. Once again here we say it as true, here this one. Here also we write it that way. Is prime equal to true, we are writing. Now in this, while fact less than or equal to min value by 2, we need to continue the loop now. We need to continue here this one, is prime equal to Okay, once again we did not declare it. Already we have declared that, just we need to assign. Is prime equal to 2 I am setting, while fact less than or equal to min val by 2. So I need to continue here with the loop. I should continue. So here what I do, if condition I write here. If so I take here min val percent here fact equal to 0. So in such cases we need to come out from the loop. We have to come out from the loop. So for that, first we write here is prime equal to false. After that we need to come out from the loop here. Okay, therefore here we write, we need to come out from this, therefore we make this as here break. We can break from that. From the inner while loop we are going to be breaking, and we come to this point here. Then here we should print system dot, then out dot println. So what we print depending on the value. Okay, so here we write, this is what we take a question mark, is prime equal to true. So in such cases we print it as here, first of all it is what exactly, min val plus is prime. Is a prime, we write like this. So min val plus is a prime, otherwise what we do, we write like here min val plus is not a prime. Here we don't require any bracket, sorry, double quotes are not required. Is not a prime, we print here like this. Try to define this. Here also we don't require any bracket. In fact, just remove this, it's going to be printing it. Okay, like this we try to print this one here, is prime min val. Okay, then similarly this is here not a prime, we print like that. Then here we increment the value. We increment the value as here min val plus plus. And here inside this, if this is not true, therefore fact plus plus also we should do. Now with this we try to print whether that is a prime number or not, we can print. So this is a loop actually. Using this loop we can continue. But here condition is what exactly? We take here a min val. So as long as min val is less than or equal to max val, we need to continue here. Even if the number picked is greater than max val, even in such case also once it enters into loop here. Now print system dot out dot println. Here write min val is how much it is, we put here min val. Similarly we put plus here, then write max val equal to, here it is plus max val, put this way. Okay, now it's going to be printing. After that it enters into loop. We don't enter anything here, everything is done by here, the random number. Let us try to print it. See, minimum value is 31, max value is 28, it says 31 is a prime. But after that it's not continuing because maximum value is less than 31, so therefore it does not execute here. Now come to this, again try to take it. Again this time minimum value is 33, it's speaking, maximum is 7, 33 is not a prime, it says. Now you can see here how many it's printing. You can see here so many numbers are getting printed for us in this. Now minimum value is 70, maximum value is 96, it is starting from 70. 70 is not a prime, 71 is a prime, 72 is not a prime, 73 is a prime it says, 74 is not prime, 75 is a prime, but 75 how it can be prime? It should not be prime there, 75, because we can print it. So what we have taken here is, we are trying to compare with the, here, just a minute, the problem here is, with the fact every time, fact equal to, we need to initialize a as here 2. We have to put 2 as fact every time. Let me clear. After that, see with this. Run here. So it says this time now like this. Minimum value is 42, maximum value is 80. 42 is not a prime, 43 is a prime, 44 is not a prime, 45 is not a prime, 46 is not a prime, 47 is a prime. So like this, it's printing, I mean whatever numbers are prime, it's printing as prime, and whatever are not prime, it's not printing as not a prime, like that. So using this particular do while loop, we are printing. What happens here? It can pick actually a minimum value and it can pick a maximum value. So always the minimum value need not be less than maximum value. So because since we are picking up with the random number, sometimes what happens, minimum value may be greater than maximum value. So even in such case also what happens, at least once the loop is getting executed. Since condition is at the end, at least once it's getting executed. Now inner working of the loop you see. Each and every number we are testing for a prime number. Here fact equal to 2 we have taken, while fact less than or equal to min val by 2. So what will happen in such cases? It is checking here. If min value percent fact equal to 0, that means the minimum number you can divide with fact, it means it's not a, prime number. What is the definition of prime number? Prime numbers cannot be divided by any other number except one and the number itself. But here fact equal to how much I have taken? I have taken 2. So if a number is divisible by 2, it means it's not a prime number. Similarly, with any other number, you take 49. In the case of 49, we cannot divide 49 with 2, but you can divide with 7. So using that logic, I am trying to here find out whether the given number is a prime number or not. So here I am finding out whether the given number is a prime number or not with the help of these. So range of numbers, whether they are prime or not, we find out here. What range I have taken? I have taken from 2 to here 90, 2 to 100, the minimum value, 2 to 100 again, the maximum value. But whenever minimum value is less than maximum value, in such case, the outer loop iterates. Outer loop is going to be iterating whenever the minimum value is less than maximum value. But whenever the minimum value is greater than maximum value, at least once the loop gets executed, that's going to be inner loop. Because to find out the given number is factorial or not, at least once we run this. So like this, what is happening? We are finding out range of prime numbers. So it's picking the range, the minimum value, the maximum value. So from that we are finding out. Therefore here we have used the do while loop. With the help of do while loop, we could find here. Using do while, we are finding here the range of numbers, whether they are prime or not, we are trying to find out. In that, what are prime numbers, what are not prime numbers also we are finding. So here this is called as nested while loop. So in the do while loop, we are keeping another while loop. So this is called as here nesting the loops. In one loop, we are nesting the another loop. So with this, from the given range of numbers, we are finding which one is prime, which one is not prime. So whatever prime numbers are there, we are printing, and whatever non-primes are there, even we are printing them using this program. So this is an example for implementing do while. So irrespective of given condition, at least once we enter into loop. Okay, under normal cases, what happens? If the minimum value is less than, say, minimum value is greater than maximum value, we don't enter inside the loop. But here, since the condition is evaluated at the end, what happens? At least once we enter into the loop. So this is here a do while loop. So using do while loop, at least once we enter inside the loop. So this is a program to demonstrate do while loop. Okay. Now the other type of loop is going to be a for loop. We have a for loop. How for loop syntax you see. For loop is going to be used whenever we know how many times exactly the loop has to be executed. In the case of while loop, we don't know how many times exactly it is. But as long as the condition is getting satisfied, those loops they run. But in the case of for loop, how many times you want to execute, you can use it. So for loop is something like this. For you have here, then initial expression we have here, followed by here you have the condition. That means whether the given expression or whatever condition is returning a true value or not, we check here, followed by here some assignment or increment or decrement, something it is here. Increment or decrement, like this we have something here, some other expression. There are going to be totally 3 expressions in the case of for loop. So first expression normally is an initialization, second one is going to be a condition, third one again is going to be an increment or decrement or something. So like that you have here 3 different expressions as far as for loop is concerned. A general syntax is something like this. We have here for loop, then followed by exp1, then you have here exp2, and one more thing is here what, exp3. We need to separate them with the semicolon. exp3 we have, the other one is here exp, this is exp2, and other one is here exp3. Like this you can have here 3 expressions, then this way you can have the code. Okay, this first expression, second expression, third expression, expression 1 probably is an assignment kind of thing, expression 2 we can use as a counter, and expression 3 is going to be here either incrementation or decrementation, something like that we use with the expression 3. Now whatever statements you write, you can write inside the curly braces here. So as long as the condition is returning here true value, it's going to execute. The loop will be getting executed here. Sometimes what happens, you may not initialize anything, you may not have any condition. Even like this also a for loop can be written. We take like this, we write this way. So you may write something like this. This is called as here an infinite for loop. So this is going to be forming some infinite for loop, but you should have some way to come out from the loop. Otherwise the loop continues forever. Forever the loop is going to be working in some cases. So this is what exactly a for loop without any initial expression, without condition, without actually increment or decrement. This is going to be forming for us an infinite loop actually. But to come out from that, there should be some way with that you can exit from application. Okay, with that you are going to be exiting from application. So that can be here a for loop. So using for loop actually you can repeatedly execute statements fixed number of times. But here in this form of for loop, it runs forever. I mean it's going to be running forever. Now to come out from that, inside the for loop you should have some mechanism. With that you can be invoking the break statement. So when you invoke break statement from inside the for loop, then what happens? You can come out from the loop. So this is what exactly, we don't have any expressions. This is forming here for us infinite for loop. Okay, but this is fixed number of times this can work. Expression 2, as long as it's returning a true value, the loop continues. But once this returns false value, we come out from the loop. Just like the while loop, do while loop, you can come out from for loop using break statement. Similarly, you can continue by skipping few parts of program, and again you can go back to beginning of for loop using continue statement. We can use break and continue even with the for loop. So this is use it when we know how many times exactly the loop has to be executed. Now let us try to write here a for loop. Okay, let us try to write here a for loop. So using for loop, what we do? We may continue loop or we exit. So here it is for loop demonstration. Finish, then I close all these packages. Now this is for loop demo. Go with this class, then write here for demo. Use here main method. Make like this. It is a for loop demo. Here we try to here print some numbers. Okay, we try to take here some number. Whenever the current number and actually I'm going to pick a number, if they are matching in such cases, I can continue, I can come out from that. When I divide the number with 1, I am going to be continuing without printing. So how I am writing code, see here. First of all, here also I use a random object. Import java.util.star. I created here a random object again. It is here object R&D. This is here a new random. I can create here a new random object. With this I can pick here random numbers. Int, okay, so random is required later on, but here what I do, I go with this. I use a for loop. In the for loop, int x equal to some 10 I put here, x less than or equal to 100, then x plus plus. I am going to use this for loop here. Then inside this, what I do, I generate now some random number inside this. Okay, here it is int some y, I put some number I am using here. Then I try to print here, I try to pick here y equal to object R&D, then dot, this is here, next int. Okay, I want to go with here 1 plus, okay, y equal to, this is some 10 I use 0 to 9, but here 1 plus I write. Always I can pick therefore a positive number in that. I put actually 2, this is not 1. From 2 I try to print here. I want to pick from 2, this is 2 to how much it is? It can take a value like maximum can be here 10. So 2 to 10 you can get in this. Now I compare like this. I use here if condition, if x equal to y, so in such cases say system dot out dot println x and y are same, followed by here we put x, then plus we put here, then give a space and put here y like this. X and y are same, followed by we break from this. Okay, and loop is getting closed like this. I put the code, loop is getting closed here I put. Now suppose x is not equal to y, else what I do here, else I put like this, else if x% y equal to 1, in such cases I continue this. I am going to be continuing. So x when divided with y gives remainder 1. Like this we take, followed by x we take, y we take, then followed by here we use a space. Okay, we use here space, then here I can print, I can go with the y, then write here x% y, we put like this. Suppose none of these are correct, therefore here I put continue. After doing this, it's going to be continuing. So continue. Now, I mean, none of these are correct. So in such cases, what I do, I just print system dot, then out dot println number is normally printed. Number is normally getting printed. So how many times loop runs? Now we can find out from this. Number is normally getting printed. Now when we come out from this, we print here how many times the loop has run for us. Loop how many times it has run, we can find out from this. Okay, so fine. So we write here system dot out dot println the loop ran for, we put here plus followed by, in this we need to take the x here, x minus 10, we put here plus times. Like this, let us try to print it. It's going to be x minus 10 times. Sorry, not x this is, so it should be fine. We have taken 100. So how much we need to put every time here? Int. We put here some z equal to 100. Here just put z. Fine. Here before it is done, z equal to, let us put x. Every time let us try to increment it. So we try to set this as here z equal to x. Okay, let us put z equal to x. Okay, z equal to x I can assign here. I can take this way here. Now I can go with actually, z times z minus 10 also we cannot have here. What I kept there, I kept it as x equal to z. Okay, fine. Z minus 10 I can use in this. Z is available, so initial value we don't have anything for that. Let us take 0. Now this program is going to be, printing numbers from 10 to 100. So but 10 to 100 times there is no guarantee. What happens here? Here we pick inside this randomly a number. Okay, if that number and x are same, in such cases we come out from this. Okay, similarly after this what happens? If the given number is divisible by y and remainder is 1, so in such cases it prints x when divided with y gives remainder 1. After that, without printing this, it continues. Okay, but coming out from the loop there is only chance once. Very first time you have a chance, subsequently you don't have any such chances. So loop says here 90 times it was running. The loop was running here 90 times. Saying here number is normally getting printed. X when divided with y gives remainder here 1. It says remainder is 1. 11 when you divide with 2, 1 it is. 13 when you divide with 2, 17 divided with 8, it's giving 1. So like this, what is happening? It's giving you, it's executing only this part of code. After printing this part of code, it's continuing, that means going to the beginning of loop. So continue we use like that. Now here, this is not going to be matching, because only once it matches. First time when x equal to 10, at that time, if it's picking a number, that to 10, so in such case only this works here. Otherwise, it does not work. Okay, but probably you can use condition like this. Instead of saying x equal to y, when we take x here and when we divide this with 1, x% y, if this equal to 0, probably in such cases we can come out from the loop. So here, clear this, then try to execute. Run this. It says here x and y are same, 10 loop is getting closed here. It says first time it is running like this. Subsequently we see here x when divided with y gives remainder 1, 10 9 1. Okay, so here sometimes what is happening, without continuing, how many times? 90 times. When it is 18, at that time itself we are closing it. X and y are same, 18 and 3 loop is getting closed, because 18 when you take and when you divide with 3, at that time you come out from that. So here instead of saying y divides x, y divides x, exactly you can write like this. So y is going to divide x exactly. In such cases we come out from the loop. Here it says I mean, now from this time onwards it says y divides x exactly. So therefore it's coming out from that. We can print that way. Once again try to run it. What is happening here? First time number is getting printed normally. Subsequent thing, what is happening? It's giving a remainder 1. Therefore it's printing this part. Then after that it's continuing. That means without coming into this part. So like this, after that normally getting printed. Then again when you try to divide 19 with 2, it's giving here 1 remainder. So it's going to continue. So this way it's working for us. But when it's getting closed, when you have a number 32, and when you divide 32 with 8, what happens there? Remainder you get 0. So therefore using this we come out from that. After that there are no loop. So total 22 times the loop was running. Here the loop was running to 22 times. So like this, here the code is working. This is for the for loop.